to another Friday Finish Lines. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel where I take motivational quotes and I use them on different topics, not only to inspire you guys, but you can take these quotes, use them in your own way, and inspire those around you. With that being said, my topic of discussion today is attention. What we are giving our attention to and what deserves our attention and what does not deserve our attention, and how putting our focus on what truly matters will only get us closer to what we are trying to go to, whether it's your goals, careers, passions, whatever it may be. Focusing your attention on one thing and one thing only will help you filter out all the kind of BS. So I have two amazing quotes for you guys today. Let's get started. All right, guys, start you guys off with the first quote. It comes from Robert J. Schiller. He says, "Ability to focus attention on important things is definitely a characteristic of intelligence." And I'm not saying for those people that focus their attention on different things that you're not intelligent. I actually think it is a very intelligent thing for you to be able to do that, because you have the ability to multitask, you have the ability to spread yourself out and really focus on many things at once. But when it comes to really, really big things in your life, it is really keen or really important that you focus on only a couple of things. Make sure you're narrowing down your choices to these few things so you can focus all your energy onto what matters and to what is going to grow you, what is going to change you and push you in the right direction of where you want to go in your life. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us, we're so bombarded with things in our life, whether it's our phone, what's going on in the world, what's going on in our families, what's going on with our friends, what's going on with school, whatever it may be. There is so many things that are being thrown at us every day, but we must focus our attention on only a certain few things. And my biggest thing that I believe is our biggest deter from actually being able to focus on these things is social media and getting our mind clouded with the idea that we are not enough, that we are not going anywhere, that people around us are doing so much better, when in reality, when you take away your focus from those things and you don't worry about what other people are doing, but you praise them for what they're doing, you will have more appreciation and be more grateful for what is happening in your life, and you'll be able to shift your attention a lot easier on what it is that you have to focus on. Because when we are invested in what other people are doing, when we try to learn so much about what it is that's making them great, we forget about the things that make us great, what makes us unique, what makes us very passionate, and what makes us driven to find our purpose. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. You're going to live it. And when you're worrying about what other people are doing in their lives, when you're worried about what's happening too much about what's happening around the world, you truly forget what's happening in your own inner world. I know the world is scary. I know there are so many things going on around, and it's hard not to focus on these things because it's just being thrown at us every day. We have to use our phones. Our phones they're never going away. They're only going to get crazier, and it's only going to get even much harder for us to pay attention because all these companies and all these things are trying to grab our attention and keep us on our phones, keep us, in my opinion, sort of afraid of what's happening in the world. So we're afraid to do things that we want to do. We're afraid to go out. We're afraid to be in this world, and it's a scary place because, yeah, people are crazy. That's just the bottom line of it. But what you can focus your attention on and what you can control is totally up to you. So make sure that you're narrowing down your things, whether it be, your career, your friends, your family, or maybe you're trying to focus on your side hustle. You're trying to focus on building your social media as well. Just make sure you're focusing on these things in order to push yourself in that direction and not focusing on things that don't truly matter or really have no effect on your own life directly. My last quote, guys, comes from Epictetus. I can't even say it, but he's a philosopher. It says, "Keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours." We get so wrapped up in what other people are doing, other people's business, other people's drama. Don't get me wrong, I'm kind of nosy sometimes, and I like to know, I like to be in the now, I like to be in it, but I like to know, but I don't let it kind of drive my life. I don't let it affect what it is that I want to do or where I want to go. And a lot of you may be thinking, like, how do I do that? How do I stay focused? How do I really filter out those negative thoughts? How do I filter out and filter in the positive ones? Well, what I do for me personally, I actually have my timer on my phone. My friends may disagree with me and say that it works, but for me it does work because it only allows me like 15 minutes to be on those apps, and even then when I open my phone and I see it now, I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe I don't need to go on it. So make sure that you are putting boundaries up in your life that are going to help you focus on what it is that you need to do. If you need to study, make sure you're setting aside time to study. If you need to focus on your side hustle, make sure you're setting aside time for your side hustle and setting those boundaries with your friends, your family, and letting them know like, hey, yes, I would love to hang out with you, but from this time to this time, I have to do this. And I'm going to do it, so we can work a way around it, or we can figure out what it needs to be done. And then putting your phone away, locking it, whatever it may be, just making sure that you're putting in the work and forming the habits you need in order to stay focused and keep your attention on what it is that you are trying to do in your life. So make sure that you are putting the proper boundaries, make sure that you're setting yourself up for true success, because when our attention can shift so fast. They say our attention spans are getting slower or getting smaller. You know what? It is kind of a true thing. You know, I do notice things in my life where I kind of shift my attention a lot, but I also notice that I can still focus just as well. But that's just based off of me and me being able to really zone in on what's happening in my life and not really worrying about what's going on in the world around me. And not that I don't care or that I'm not like pay attention to it, because I am very caught up with what's happening in the world, but I just don't let it truly affect my life, because there's really not much you can do about it. Like, unless it really directly affects you, what can you truly do about it besides maybe share a post or post on your Instagram? Nothing. And do those things, but don't let it rule your life. Don't let it really ruin your day, basically, because it's your life and you have to live it. And there's only so much you can do for everyone around you when you are not being able to focus. When you're not able to focus, you can't help everybody. But when you are able to focus, you're able to help those around you and be more in the moment and be in the now. So make sure that you're setting boundaries, setting aside time for yourself, and making sure that you're filtering out all these negative things and filling them with positive, because there's so much negative out there, but I guarantee you there's a lot more positive than you think. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining me here on my Friday Finish Lines. I'll see you guys next week with a new video, with a new topic. It will be the month of April. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and wow, how does the time fly? We're already in April. Who would have thought? March was an amazing month. I loved it. I had a great time, and I can't wait to see what April has in store. I'm wishing you guys the best. Well, for those birthdays coming up, happy birthday to you. I believe it is not Taurus, but damn, I don't know the signs, but whoever sign it is, I hope you guys have an amazing time, and I'm wishing you guys the best. Always remember to stay safe, drink your water, and take care of yourself and those around you. All right, see you next week.